Hi guys, Fliteska here. Today we are going to be building an interior to create a player home, and we're going to find somewhere in the Commonwealth that we're going to place it down and get it all linked together so you can access it from in the game. Right, I've got the creation kit open, I have loaded one of my mods, and I have gone into the Commonwealth to try and find somewhere where I want to build this interior. Um, because one of the things that you kind of want to do is make sure that whatever you build in your interior, it kind of looks the right size and shape with the world. So, like you wouldn't do like a one by one shack and you go into it and it's a giant labyrinth of stuff. So I'm just to the west, or yeah, the west of Sanctuary. It's over there somewhere, just by this river. And I'm gonna plonk down just a shack here. I'm gonna just drop any old kind. I'm not overly worried about what it actually looks like on the outside. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take something from Diamond City and see which one's like a fairly alright size. Like the numbers of the shacks aren't quite right from what I've seen. Um, but I just want like a sort of a decent sized shack. That'll do. Yeah, that, that one's too big. This one. This is just nice and square. So what I'm gonna do is close that, drag this in. Oh, that's actually a fairly decent size, and it's obviously the wrong way because it's into the wall. Okay, spin that round. Doesn't really matter if it's like poking into the rocks and stuff, we can deal with that. Just move it into place. It's kind of floating. We can we can sink that down a bit more. It's fine, doesn't really matter. Alright, so we have our building there. Um, I will cut it out of the video, but I'll put something here so we can easily just walk up onto it, and I'm gonna drop a door in there. Right, so we've got a cabin. It's fairly square. It's probably like two or three by four. So what we want to do is click on world and then cells and give that a second. And right, we want to go world space interiors, then right click, doesn't matter where you right click, and just click new, give it a name, just prefix it as usual. This isn't actually that mod, so I've called this mod My Player Homes. Right, and we'll just call this Sank Home 01. Okay, and that has set that there. So we've got the cell. I just want to give it a location. I can find that on the list. Locations, right click, new, ID, My Player Homes, Sank Home, location 01. I'm just going to call it My Home. And I don't believe we need to worry about anything on there. It's just so we can get this name, because sometimes the cell editor doesn't let you set the name and it's really awkward. So we'll go back into cells and we're going to find My Player Homes Sank Home location. Okay. Oh God, what? Oh, no. We definitely don't want to do that. We definitely don't want to do that. Back away from there. I just changed that wilderness cell. Bad, bad. Don't do that. That's the one we want. Choose our location. That one. Cool. Right. Since it's inside, we don't really care like about water. You can kind of set up how you want the noise in the background to be. Don't really like haven't seen where you can listen to these, but you can just check other places to see what kind of noise they use. But I'm just gonna right, we'll just say it's a interior generic medium music type. Um, don't really like that's just like extra music. I don't really know. Um, totally did my homework for this. So we'll just leave it default. It should be fine. Okay, so next we go on to lighting, and this will determine the lights that like the basic lighting of the interior. Um, what I normally just do is again find a cell and pick one that kind of works, um, and you can tweak them. But if I just go, we'll put some bluish light in, and we'll just inherit these all from the template, so we don't have to worry about them. Okay, see, this is actually letting us set the name in here, so we didn't actually need the location, but that's not a problem. Just call it my home, and the owner NPC is player, and we can't actually set the faction if we've set a owner, and I'm not going to cover lock lists in this one, and we'll just leave those. And this is just some more lighting stuff. Right, click apply, then OK, and then we go to interiors and find our interior. So press M, come down, Sank Home 01, and we have our empty cell. Okay, so I used a Diamond City shack on the outside. Um, it was 13, I believe. Yep, 13. So I'm hoping if I come down to statics, interiors, and there's diamond. I just don't want it to crash. If I come down here, we should hopefully get inverted. Yeah, this is what we want. Right. Yeah, that looks to be the one that we had. I'll do. Alright, cool. So we're just gonna drag that in, and like you can see through this, but it's because the texture is only on one side. So when you're in it, so if I scroll in and look around, all the walls are there. Okay. Obviously at the moment this does not have any ground, and what we can actually do is just come in come into the filter and type in ground, and we get the mud that is on the floor in the Diamond City kit, just to save us a little time trying to get it in the exact place. Oh, just gonna drop it right in the center, and then Control, oh, click on there, Control D to duplicate it, and definitely put my grid snap back on, just so that's a bit easier. And if I hold Control, I can add additional items. Control D again, and do that, and again, Control D. This is probably far too big. Like literally, like going right out of there. That's fine. I'm just gonna right click my mouse and rotate that, and just take that one up there, and just fill this last piece in. Control D. There we go. I'm not really sure like how you get to that bit of the shack, but that's fine. All right. So we have our floor. It's great because you can see through the bottom as well. But got got this all set up. This is not the right one. It's totally the wrong one. Oh well. Um, right. Obviously we need a door. So if I just type in door to like, just gonna put some beams in that go over this door frame, and like these door frames are so annoying. Because that beam is too big, alright, and you'll see when I go into the doors and if I type in diamond, alright, these are the doors that are used in Diamond City. Alright, yeah, I'll just use that one. Drag that in. Alright, if I put this door in, this wall might not be too bad. Look at that. Alright, the beam is too high. So I've got to knock it down just ever so slightly. Change the movement. It looks like I've got to push it in as well. No, that'll be alright actually. Cool. At the moment, like if we were to go in this cell, this door would actually do nothing. It would say open, but it wouldn't allow us to do anything. Um, but what we can do is right click on the door and press edit and choose teleport, and then check the teleport box, and I can't actually remember the cell name, so we are going to have to load it up in the cell view. So just keep this open out the way up there, come to recent cells and sanctuary 10 because it's just across from there. I can't remember. I'm hoping it's a proper wilderness cell. So we're just going to jump back out of here. I haven't even put the door in, to be fair. So I'm going to have to put a door on my building as well. Right. Where are we? Well, we're far too close. We're like right over here. Keep it coming. Where is it? I love when this happens. Placing stuff down, and it's like, where on earth is it? There it is. There it is. There's our building. Right. So I'm gonna drop the door in, and it's bloody lopsided, like the whole building. Oh my god. So I've got to tweak this a little bit. I'm just gonna lower these. So I can never remember which. There we go. That'll do. Our door is in. Alright, and since we've still got the other reference open, okay, click select reference in render window, double click on the door, and you can see that it is my door in this cell. but the marker is in the door. Like, so if you were to come out of the door, you'd be facing the door. So what you can do is if you right click and hold, you can rotate this, or you can press W and use the widget to spin it around. I just find it easier to do with holding the right mouse button. So we'll just put that there. Alright, so that is that done. If I double click on this marker now, view door reference for this door marker, click yes, it takes me in to our cell, and we can see that the same's here. So we spin that round, and there we go. Okay, so what I'll do now is I'm going to save the plugin and going to jump in game and see our little shack. We should be able to reach it without the steps, but I'll have a look before restarting the video, and if we can't, I will just put a ramp in there for us. So, alright, it's a bit dark, but here is our shack. I come up the steps, my home open, click on that. It's so dark. I haven't put any lights in. So it was a very bad pick on my choice of templates, because you can't see anything. Alright, so now we're here. Gonna place myself at the door, and actually no, we'll leave just to make sure we actually are facing the right way when we actually get out of here. Yeah, there we go. Right, I'm gonna leave myself here, and we're gonna jump back into the CK, and we're gonna put some stuff in there. Okay, so I've dropped in some floors here. We're just gonna put some items in to make sure that our ownership works. So like if we pick anything up in here, it's not gonna say it's stolen. And also gonna put some lights in because it was very dark before. So just so we can get the markers turned off uh, as soon as possible, I'm gonna jump into light, and we're gonna find some lights. So just to make this easier, I'm gonna click this toggle lights button so this goes completely dark, and I'm gonna find the lights that I want. I'm gonna use fluorescent lights, and I'm sure it's this one. Nope, it's not. Um, I want one that is just this, so I can like put my own. This one will do. All right, you want this one, so this light will flicker, um, and cast shadows. Um, we could probably, like with the size of this, get away with one light. If you hold S and then move your mouse up and down, you can change the brightness of this. So so you wouldn't need like all of the light, like tons of lights in here. Um, like for what we want, this light will do, and we will click back onto statics. So I've got my light in, but obviously where's that light coming from? We're gonna grab a fluorescent light, make sure it's one that's on, and just drag that in. Kind of put it where you would expect to find a light, not through the ceiling, like just at the top there. So it looks like that light is casting the actual light. Okay, so next step, I'm going to press M to remove the markers, just makes it a bit easier to see, and I'm going to toggle the lights back on just so it's a bit brighter for us. Okay, we're going to add in a bed, which is under furniture. Bed wood. We don't want a double bed, that takes up like so much space. That one will do. Not the child one though. This one, drop that in. Just put that there. And I'll put a table in. Picnic table. I just complained that a double bed would be too big, but yeah, chuck a picnic table in, that'll be fine. And finally, just to make sure we can check to see if things are stole, like if they're classed as our own. Gonna jump into potions and get some stim packs, and we're gonna chuck them on that table. And that has landed nicely on the table, but if it doesn't, so like if it comes in and it's like floating up in the air, you can press F on the keyboard and it'll drop down. We'll put some sugar bombs out as well, rotate them a bit. Okay, so I believe with tables, not tables, with beds, you have to like to make them be owned by you. You right click edit and then come to the ownership tab, and NPC is player, and press OK. So I'm gonna jump in game to see our brilliantly decorated player home. Just save that and jump in game. We are in our shack now. You can see our sugar bombs on the table. We can take them without stealing. Same with the stem pack and bed, which if I sleep in it, you get the well rested bonus since you own the bed. And that's it. That's all I have for this video. And what we're going to do in the next one is we're going to do something a bit more fancy than this for the player home. So be sure to come back next time. I'll see you all later. Thanks. Bye.